Pete Conacher was born and raised in Leaside, playing hockey from a young age in the rinks and playgrounds of Besborough Public School and Millwood Park, later playing organized hockey for the Leaside Pee-wees and the nearby North Toronto Kinsmen teams. And just like many of his relatives in the Conacher family, Pete found himself excelling at the sport. Soon playing for the Galt Blackhawks in the Ontario Hockey Association, in Galt, what's now Cambridge, Ontario, Pete would show his skill by scoring 53 goals, 120 points in 51 games in the 1952-53 season. The Galt Blackhawks were property of the Chicago Blackhawks at the time, and naturally, Pete would soon make his NHL debut for the team. Pete's NHL career would span 229 games, playing for the Chicago Blackhawks, New York Rangers, and even 5 games with the Toronto Maple Leafs, putting him in a very small group of father-son duos to have both played for the Maple Leafs at some point in their career, as his father Charlie did years earlier.
On his left is Conacher, takes the pass. Arbor rode him off, and it's back for Deneen. Here's a mix-up with Conacher and Arbor. Here's a fight in front of the net. Take a look. They're hugging each other with the linesman trying to separate them. Arbor is to Conacher, Pete Conacher. That's the son of Charlie, and he certainly knows how to swing.
After his NHL career, Pete would play in the AHL for the Buffalo Bisons and the Hershey Bears, and play senior hockey in 1959 for the Belleville McFarlands. These Belleville McFarlands were the reigning Allen Cup champions, and so, at this time in hockey history, they were chosen to be sent across the pond to represent Canada at the 1959 World Championships in Prague, Czechoslovakia. Pete's veteran presence was a huge asset to the team, where Canada won the World Championships and were received back in Belleville and across the country as sporting heroes. After his final season for the Hershey Bears in 1966, Pete would remain involved in hockey and sport as a whole, becoming one of the founders of the NHL Old Timers hockey clubs, who toured around and played in local communities across the country, including a legendary game right here at Leaside Gardens in 1995. Pete would also serve in numerous capacities combining sport, public service, and philanthropy as a past president of the Ontario chapter of Special Olympics Canada, as a board member for the Charlie Conacher Throat Cancer Research Fund at Toronto General Hospital, and on the board of directors at the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame. Pete Conacher's remarkable life in sport and community has seen him honored with numerous accolades, including a Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee Medal and inductions into numerous halls of fame, including the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, the Ontario Special Olympics Hall of Fame, the Bobby Orr Hall of Fame in the community of Parry Sound, where he summered and contributed for many years, the Belleville Hall of Fame, the Etobicoke Hall of Fame, and tonight we have the immense honor of placing him in the Leaside Sports Hall of Fame, the place where his hockey career began. Pete sadly passed away earlier this week. Our hearts and thoughts are with Pete's wife Anne, the whole Conacher family, and the countless others he impacted through his life with contributions to sport and community.